Girl Shri Bad, and today I'm here for the Boruto Chapter 34 review. Okay, I was hoping there's not a lot of noise out here, and I hope y'all can still hear me. You know what I mean? Y'all know I love Boruto. Y'all know I gotta talk about it. Now, the process that I usually go through with Boruto is I'll watch Naruto explain for the preview. I'll go to Twitter and look at the, you know what I'm saying, the little spoilers and all of that, right? I'll catch up over there, catch up over here. And then sometimes I'll read the episode, right? I'll read the chapter before I watch Naruto's explain review. Sometimes I read it after, right? Depends on whether I want to read it or not. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want to get you want to get what the gist is now, and then read the book after if it's real interesting, right? So that's what I choose to do. I choose to do it like that. So with that being said, this month I went to Naruto Explain to hear everything, to hear his deep assessments and all of that, and then I went to read the chapter. I'm never gonna go as deep as Naruto Explain. Shout out to him, for real, right? I'm never gonna go as deep as him, but I will go deep in my own way. All right. Good morning, Glow Glow. How you, boo? Hey, I'm doing a Boruto review, so you know if you want to stay for it, stay for it. But y'all, I'd take a break from the other side real quick. Okay. Now. So yeah. I like Naruto Explains assessment of things, okay? I used to watch Mello a lot, but I haven't been able to catch Mello so far, so it's like, we'll pause on that, okay? Like, we'll just stick to Naruto Explain for now. And I like the fact that he said that it's no longer, what it used to be for Naruto. It's no longer just something for kids and you watch them grow up and all of that. Now it's like more psychological. It's like a psychological thriller almost, and these things are happening. But I wanna divert from that a little bit. Still on agreement, right? But it has to become more psychological. A lot of things in Boruto are symbolic of Naruto, whether it be Naruto Shippuden or regular Naruto, right? There's always gonna be a parallel between the two series, okay, always. And what I realized from Naruto Explained is that I have to look for the connections that are already existing in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex as opposed to the connections I want to see. That's how I took what he said. All right. The place that he recommends for you to read the Boruto chapters I go to, right? And they have a lot of, just like basic, what's what I'm looking for, summaries, which I like a lot. And in their summary of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, I realized something, right? Boruto is Naruto and Sasuke in one. The way they overpowered Boruto psychologically is real crazy, okay? Because in Naruto, right, there was nobody like Naruto. And with Sasuke, everybody was like Sasuke, except for Itachi. And I'm talking about the Uchihas. They all went batshit crazy. They all tried to steal each other's eyes. They all tried to, take over the shit. And the only person that not even the only person, the only two people that we really see who are Uchihas who don't do that are Shisui and Itachi, right? So Boruto, with his situation, is now psychologically overpowered. Okay? Because not only is he Naruto, when Naruto was young and shunned, right? He's also Sasuke because Sasuke was on the run. Sasuke left the village. Sasuke was looked at as the enemy, not Naruto. Even though Naruto was shunned as a child, he lived by himself. No one talked to him. No one was supposed to talk to him. He was still a part of the village. Sasuke left. Sasuke wanted to destroy the village. And even though Sasuke redeemed himself in many ways, he still was considered a rogue ninja to many. He still wasn't respected or anything like that, no matter how good he did. What's up? Welcome to the room, everybody. Why are you sad? Don't be too sad now. And they overpowered Boruto psychologically because they put 3 entities in one. He's Naruto. He's Sasuke. He's an Otsutsuki. Like, really? That's a lot. Naruto had the 9 tails. He wasn't completely Otsutsuki until after the Great Ninja War. If you think about it, right? Because technically, Naruto was like the Hagoromo. He had a little bit of all of the Biju inside of him. So technically, he was a 10 tails Jinchuriki. Is a 10 tails Jinchuriki, but no more. Now he only got the 8. He don't got Kurama no more. But he had the other ones in him. So technically, he was a 10 tails Jinchuriki, right? He could have, and he had the same sickness as Hagoromo, and I think Itachi, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, chakra cancer. That's what I'm calling it. All right. Boruto is like Sasuke in that he's on the run. He's a rogue ninja. He still got to do the right thing. This, that, and the third. He learned all kinds of stuff from Sasuke. Got the Hagoromo blade based off of Sasuke. His fighting style is like Sasuke, but his mentality is not like Sasuke. His mentality is still more like Naruto. And that's what I saw in this chapter. Okay? Naruto always struggled with just killing someone just to kill him. Always. It never failed. Where Sasuke was like, fuck it, just kill him. And Sasuke killed Sakura a couple times and Karin a couple times. Even though it was genjutsu, it was still something. It was, he had no qualms. He didn't care. He was all good. But Naruto wanted to value life, and it was all right to do so for a long time. But now they're in a day and age where it's not conducive to do so because you basically saving the enemy. Like, what are we doing? And in Boruto, allowing Bug's thorn bulb to rot away, resulting in Bug's soul dissolving away. Of course, we learn a valuable lesson, but it's a psychological lesson that you kind of see in Naruto, especially after the Great Ninja War, when Madara achieved infinite Tsukiyomi. Everybody had their own little illusion. And under omnipotence, everybody's under the bullshit, and there's some people who are not in it. And it's just like in Naruto. Madara achieved infinite Tsukiyomi. The only ones who knew what the fuck was going on was Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, and reanimated Hokages and Kages. Yeah. Other than that, everybody else, silent ride. Okay. Maybe I'll listen to that song one day. But yeah. There are a lot of parallels. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that process. It makes me look at Boruto in a different light. And it makes me look at the other characters in a different light. All these characters, these new characters, the sons and daughters of the old characters manifest something of them that may not be so outright, but it's still all good. All right. I'm trying to segue it this way because for a long time, if y'all listen to my lives about Boruto, I'm like, where's this one? Where's that one? Where's that one? Where's that one? Why they ain't here? Why they ain't doing nothing about it? Why the blah, 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 blah. Right? And at the same time, I'm like, okay, Himawari, boom, him, boom, 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 boom. All right, what we doing? All right? Had some complaint with the motos. But now that I'm looking at it from a psychological angle, I'm not mad at the motos for making me wait to see somebody I've been asking about. I raised a lot more questions, but I also realized they don't have enough time to discuss those questions, answer those questions in a short little bit of space, a little bit of chapter right there. With that being said, I was very happy to see Sakura. I was very pleased to see and to read her response to what was going on. And just like in Naruto, with the reanimated people who were under the reanimation jutsu, they escaped with their soul intact based on love. It happened with Itachi based on love. It happened with Pain when he came back, right? Love for himself, like, yo, I'm greater than this. Bloop. Okay? Itachi saw Sasuke, did the thing with Sasuke, was satisfied. His soul was satisfied. Dan with Tsunade, the Hokages, right? Minato, love, I'm ready to go. Soul, woo! And the jutsu cast ain't have no control. Remember, Kabuto was like, why did this person pop off? Why did that person pop out? I put them here. What the fuck happened? And when they heart changed, not always when they mind changed, but when they heart changed, then they was able to break free of that reanimation jutsu, right? So love here, and logic, because Orochimaru always brought the logic. He ain't nothing to do with the shit, but I had to include him because I'm always asking about him, okay, or her, or whichever them, right? Right. But Sakura, she brought, I won't even say logic, she brought experience, okay? She is a highly trained ninja, very skilled in the art of deception. We have seen that time and time again as she's infiltrated camp after camp to find out to do that. Especially in the Great Ninja War, right? In the 5th Great Ninja War. And Sakura was always good at prioritizing things. People first. Which people? My people. Whoever her people was, they first. Sasuke, Sarada, the people of Konoha, right? Yeah. So it's fitting that we first see Sakura in the hospital. It's fitting that they took Sarada to the hospital instead of trying to heal her right then and there. Of course they're going to take her to the hospital. Who else is there but her mom? Who else can heal her but her mom if there's something to heal? You see, this is why I watch Naruto explain, because another thing that he mentioned was the fact that Himawari was able to heal Inojin because the jutsu he used is not a Kekkei Genkai. Even Naruto could not heal things that were used from a Kekkei Genkai. When Kakashi lost his eye, right? When Madara took his eye, took his Sharingan and popped it in his eye, well, Obito's eye, you know what I mean? When he did that, Naruto came, put his hand over his eye and gave him a new eye, but that eye did not have a Sharingan in it. He couldn't give the Sharingan back. Inojin's power came from his mind, all right? So when he lost his eye, that wasn't based off of that jutsu directly, okay? So it was easy for him, Mawari, to just, boop, get that eye back. You good? You great? Good. Yay. But Sarada, no, could not happen that way. It wasn't supposed to happen that way. The only way it could go is to take her to her mother. Because she can't see her father. See, we all know that Sasuke went blind before. We all know the story of the Uchiha and how much time he used this and that. Madara was already under reanimation jutsu, which is why he can use his Mangekyo anytime. Even when Itachi was going through reanimation jutsu, he didn't use his Mangekyo like that. And the question is, I think you have to have Mangekyo Sharingan to be able to use Izanami and Izanaki, but not exactly use it outright. You know what I'm saying? To set the stage. It doesn't take a lot of chakra to set that up, as opposed to a Susanoo or a Oruhime or some, a fucking Kamui. You understand? Obito had Zetsu with him when he was able to use the Kamui and all that, and after a while that strengthened his other eye in Kakashi. His name is Kakashi, but I like to call him Kakashi. Alright? That's the name I like for him. Oh wow, Soul Fight. Soul Fight's over in the beef sector. You gotta ask So Bomb where Soul Fight is at. Black Charger returns. That's what you gotta do. Go find So Bomb. And when you find So Bomb, then you ask about Soul Fight, okay? Because them two is freaking frat. They used to be in here all the time. And I haven't seen Soul Fight in a minute either, even though I've been like jumping through and shit. Yeah. But I see So Bomb. So yeah. Find her and you can find Soul Fight. Alright, bet. Back to Boruto. Back to Boruto, family. So, okay. So, Sarada goes to mom's. And here's the other thing, y'all. The Uchiha back in the day, they did not have no... They were under false impression that this is supposed to be like this. And remember, when they would use their Mangekyo and their whatever, they would go blind, which is why they would steal each other's eyes. Because they would go blind in one eye or both eyes. So let me get this before, you know what I'm saying? That. Yeah. That's what it was. But Sarada can't get nobody else's eye right now, can she? So we go to the next best thing. We go to Mama. Right? Because Mama know all about the Uchiha child. You could say she's the leading expert on Uchiha shit. Okay? That makes the most sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to say. Yeah, it do. It's true. So, here comes Sakura in all her glory. Been waiting on her for a hot minute. I've been waiting on a couple people. Y'all know I got a list. I've been waiting on her. And here she comes, calm, cool, and collected. Treating like a doctor. Treating her child like a patient. Cho-Cho comes in as the friend. Sarada can't really see. She might get some sight back the less she uses Mangekyo. And I think Sakura knows that. I love the way Sakura spoke to Sarada about her being just like her father, just like her, and just like Itachi. I'm glad she mentioned Itachi. Because remember, Itachi was a different Uchiha. Right? Very different. He turned out to be the most honorable. And did not have a problem looking like the biggest villain. It was okay. So, here we are. This girl going blind and not knowing what to do. And she loves the hug. You know what I mean? And throughout this whole thing, you wonder if Sakura is bound by omnipotence, right? And she sees Boruto as the enemy and da-da-da-da-da. And you know what she says, y'all? She don't even talk about Boruto. She talks about the love for her family. She knows that at the end of the day, no matter what, whatever was done for a good reason, with a good intention, and nothing else. And trust in the fact, what's up, Reef? And trust in the fact, and knows the experience she's been through with her husband, and knows that her daughter gonna be all right, because even though she don't have full access to certain things, you know, I wish Itachi could come back and teach her certain things. I wish. It ain't gonna happen though. And we'll get to that a little bit later, what I really want. Okay, we'll get to that before I leave here. What time is it? Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go. All right, y'all, I'll holla.